that's what I want my customers to feel when they put these wigs on their heads. I want them to feel like main character energy, like hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jayla if you're new here, and if you're not new here, hey girl, welcome back girl. In today's video, we're sitting down. Can you believe it? It's been a few videos before I sat down with y'all, talked to y'all, gave y'all the tea, told y'all what's going on, gave y'all some good info. So today I decided, you know, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna do a sit down video with y'all and just give y'all some information. A couple videos back I had a comment where someone asked me to talk about branding, so I was like, you know what, let me get myself together, jot down some info for y'all so that I can give y'all the tea. So if you're interested in, you know, learning more about branding and how to brand your business, specifically your wig business or your hair business, just keep on watching. All right y'all, so if y'all see me looking down, I am looking down at my phone. I did jot down some info just so I won't get up here and be like rambling, and just sometimes you can talk and talk and talk and it goes nowhere. So I just kind of wanted to hit the key points so that y'all can get the info y'all need, so y'all can go about y'all business and watch the next video, period. So like I said, today's video is about branding your business, specifically your ready to wear wig business or your hair business. I feel like this can go for both ends of the spectrum, regardless of if it's wigs or if you're selling bundles. So yeah, let's hop right in. So I really had to sit down and think about what she meant when she said branding. Now I'm still very new in the my entrepreneur journey and in the hair business, so I only have, you know, like some information, but like I said, I have been doing this coming up into 2 years very soon. So I do have some good information, and at the end of the day I'm just kind of, you know, giving y'all the information as I learn it and going along. Y'all are coming with me on my journey, so this is just some of the things that I picked up along the way while I've been, you know, doing my business. So if you don't know, I do have a wig business. I do run a ready to wear wig business, meaning that your unit comes completely ready to wear. Everything comes customized and all of that good stuff. So if you haven't checked out my website, make sure you do. It's going to be in the description box below. So yeah, like I said, I've been doing this for 2 years now. So when I first started my business, I was so quick to jump into it and to get started that I didn't really sit down and think about branding. It's a really good thing if you just, you know, you're dipping your toes in and you just kind of want to get all the information before you jump straight in. That's honestly the best way to do it. So like I said, when I first started, I didn't really think too much into branding. I just knew, okay, I needed my logo. I knew I needed a website. I knew that I needed to make a color scheme. And that's like the fun stuff. That's like the stuff that you're excited about, because you're literally shaping your business. When people come to your website or they come to your Instagram or any of your social medias, what do they see? You know, is it something that's eye-catching? Is it something that's low budget? Is it something that you can tell you made that yourself? Like, it's just so many different things that you can see when you go look on someone's Instagram or their website. So the first question you need to ask yourself really is, what do you want people to say when they see your business, when they see your website, when they see your Instagram page? What is your goal? Do you want your business or your website to look luxury? Do you want it to cater to a certain demographic of people where they spend more high-end things, or do you want it to be more affordable, not necessarily low budget, but affordable, where it's catering to people who may not necessarily can afford the best of the best, but you're giving them something that is great quality but on a budget? You get what I'm saying? So which one of those are you kind of leaning more towards? So that's the first thing you kind of need to figure out as far as your branding goes, because that'll determine, for one, your demographic of people that'll be shopping with you, and for two, it'll determine your kind of like your look. And then too, a lot of branding kind of grows, so never be too stuck on a specific thing, because you can always rebrand. And it's crazy that I'm doing this video right now because I'm in the middle of rebranding. I'm 2 years in and I wanted a completely different look. I wanted to change almost everything about my business, because you're constantly growing as a person, your business is constantly growing as an entity. So you need to remember that this is only the beginning for you. So if you're just starting out, this is the first brand of many rebrands. You're going to continuously rebrand. If you go back and you look at McDonald's or you look at Walmart, how many times have the logos changed? It may not be a drastic change, but the shape of the M may be a little bit different. The color scheme may be a little bit different. Like, just always remember that you can always rebrand. So don't be too stuck on branding, because it'll change as you change. So yeah, like I said, kind of determining your audience will determine your branding. So I noticed just from research is that more high-end brands, if you get on their pages, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, if you get on what else, YSL, they have really clean, crisp, cut, precise websites. For example, let's look for one really quickly. So if I get on, let's just say YSL, I'll just add it on the screen. But if you look at their website, very clean cut and precise. I'm gonna just add it on the screen. Very clean cut, precise, black, whites. Besides their photos, everything is very basic. I hate to say it like that, but that's just kind of how it is. Not a lot going on, not a lot of extremely bold colors. There are some brands that are high-end that are known for their kind of like, you know, bold colors. Gucci always does the red and the green. What is the other brand? They always do very bold. It's just different brands that are luxury that do bold colors, but for the most part their branding is crisp. That's just something that I've personally noticed for the higher end brand. The way your branding looks and the way your website and your Instagram looks can attract or deter a certain type of customer base. Now, when you're first starting out, you can really tell. When you're first starting out, I wouldn't necessarily recommend getting a graphic designer unless you have the budget for it. If it's in your budget, then absolutely go through someone who is experienced, someone who knows all the editing systems, someone who can get you something that's nice, you know, something that's clean, something that's flows, because that was a big issue for me. When I first started out, I did go through a graphic designer. Unfortunately, that situation didn't turn out. I kind of got scammed a little bit. So unfortunately, that situation didn't turn out the way I would have hoped. So I had to go through the process of doing it myself. And I'm not a graphic designer. I'm not an artist. I don't know how to do any of graphics. I don't know anything. All I knew was Canva, and I knew some editing apps, and I did what I could, and thank God it's gotten me to this point. And I still was able to make sales and things despite my website not being perfect. There are a lot of other things you can do. You can go through Etsy, where you could purchase like branding sites and packages where everything looks the same and you just input your own information, which is great, but it doesn't give you that individuality. So that's the thing about going through certain things like that. Now, if you do it yourself, it does give you an individuality, but 9 times out of 10, just like me, you probably don't know what you're doing unless you're a graphic designer. Now, if you're a graphic designer who's also running a business on the side, you lit, because you're killing 2 big birds with 1 stone. But for people like me who don't know anything about graphics, that's kind of a big issue. So like I said, if you're starting out, if it's in your budget, go with a graphic designer. Go to someone who is who knows what they're doing. That way everything flows, everything is seamless, everything coordinates, from your business cards to your thank you cards to your website to your packaging to your hang tag. Like, literally everything looks the same. It just makes a seamless business, and everything looks more attractive, and it draws the customer in. Branding, packaging, all of that stuff is very, very important. even if you're constantly changing it, it's still important that it's all seamless. So I would recommend to go through a graphic designer if it's in your budget. Now, if it isn't, I'm not trying to deter you from starting your business. If it's not in your budget, girl, do what you got to do. Like I said, my stuff that I've made through Canva and through my little editing apps have brought me to this point. Now, if you are a business owner, I do recommend getting Canva regardless of if you're gonna be if you're building this stuff from scratch. Canva is a great resource to have. You can do the yearly package for like $100 and some, or you can pay for it monthly. I do recommend getting the like highest package they have, because although you'll be let's say you do decide to go through a graphic designer and you get a bundle package. Like me, I was able to, like I said, I'm in the middle of rebranding, so I was able to get a bundle package where she's giving me a lot of things, but I'm not gonna constantly go to her to purchase things. So although she's giving me a lot of things, there's sometimes where you just need to do certain things and tweak certain things, and Canva's a great resource to have. So regardless of you know, if you're building your stuff yourself, your websites and stuff yourself, I do recommend getting Canva. So regardless of anything, get Canva, because that's a great resource to have. So I hope I'm not like going all over the place. I said I was trying not to, but you never know. So I hope y'all are understanding what I'm saying. Okay. So first thing, like I said, think about the audience you want to attract. If you want to go more high end, if you want to go more affordable, more budget friendly, that'll kind of determine your branding. And like I said, do your research. Look up some high end places. Look up businesses that are similar to what you want and the type of customer base you want to attract. If you want to attract more high end, like for me, for instance, for example, let's say for me, I want to attract more high-end wig-based customers. For one, the quality of hair that I want to give out is expensive for me to purchase. So if it's expensive for me to purchase, and then I have to put my work into making it something that you would want to wear as far as ready to wear goes, and it comes customized, so I'm cutting out the salon experience for you. That's gonna cost you you know, some money, because the hair is expensive, and then I'm also doing the work myself. I'm shipping it out to you. My shipping is completely free, so all of those things do add up, and those are the customer base that I want to attract. Those are the customers that are okay with spending a certain amount of money on their hair because they know the value of it, and they know that they're getting something that's worth what they're paying for. So those are the people I want to attract. Now, meanwhile, there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to say, you know what, I understand how it feels to not necessarily be able to afford those $600 and $700 wigs, and I want to attract the customers who are all okay with only paying $200 and $300, which is definitely where I was at in the beginning. Those are the people I want to attract, and those are the people that'll be based on your branding. So they're okay with the quality may not be as good as that $500, $600 hair, but it's still good quality, and it'll still last them for a little bit of time, but they're only paying a fraction of the cost. So that is a big thing that you really do need to think about as far as your branding goes. Okay, and then like I said, between the graphic designer, choose between a graphic designer or designing your own things. That'll also be a big factor in your branding, and it'll be a big factor in the type of customers you attract. Okay, and once you kind of decide on all of that, and and that comes with other stuff too, but once you decide all of that and you've made all of those decisions, now it's time to do the fun part. Now it's time to choose your logo. Now it's time to figure out what fits you best. Now it's time to pick a color scheme. What is something that you feel like is going to draw your customers in, but at the same time make them want to stay on your site, make them want to feel like they're a part of your business. And I think that's a really, really big part for me with my branding. I like to tell my customers to become a goddess. When you think of goddesses, when you think of queens, when you think of princesses, you think of luxury, you think of top tier, you think of, you get what I'm saying? Like you just feel, and that's what I want my customers to feel when they put these wigs on their heads. I want them to feel like main character energy. Like that's how I want you to feel. So I always use my hashtag, become a goddess. That's what you need to do. If you're not a goddess, what are you doing? What are you doing? You get what I'm saying? So even once they purchase the wig, their thank you card says thank you for becoming a goddess, because that's what you are now. You get what I'm saying? Because you've shot with me. Make sure they feel like they're in the experience and they're now a part of something. When people sign up for different things, like let's say you go to Victoria's Secret. I used to work at Victoria's Secret. When you go there and they ask you for your phone number and they pull up your phone number or they enter you in a system, and you now are like a VIP member. You're now getting emails. You're a part of something. They give you exclusive offers. That's branding. That's drawing in your customers and making them want to stay, making them want to come back, because it's great to get new customers, but the repeat customers are the people that's going to spend their money with you because they know you have something that's worth it. So think about that when you're branding. Think about that when you're coming up with your slogans. Slogans are great. Make sure you have something that make people want to say something. Think about all of the places that you've been and all the times you've remembered their slogans, whether it's from commercials, whether it's from food restaurants or food chains or grocery stores. Think about the slogans. Think about all of that stuff when you're creating these brands and when you're branding your business. And then the only other thing I have to really say as far as branding goes is, you know, when you are an e-commerce business, meaning that you sell items online, you don't have to, but it is recommended, of course, to have a website that is a central place for all of your customers to go to so that they can shop with you. Two of the most popular, of course, are Shopify and Wix. Right now I am Shopify based, but I shortly will be switching to Wix. So I can only tell you how I feel about Shopify because that's what I've used up until this point. And I am leaving Shopify shortly. Shopify was great while it lasted. There are some things that I don't prefer as far as Shopify goes, but I don't want to deter anyone from it because it was great to start for me. But like I said, I am switching to Wix, so I do hope that's a little bit better of an experience, but it was not bad. So I don't want to deter you. Whichever one works for you and your budget and you know what works best for what you're trying to do. A graphic designer did tell me that Wix is better as far as graphics go and the things that it'll allow you to do for your website. So think about that when branding as well, and just do your research. If you're here right now, you're already starting, you taking the steps it takes to build a great business because you're already doing your research if you're watching this video. So do your research, figure out what it is that you want to do, who you want to attract, and that will determine the branding for your business. Like I said, you want everything to be seamless. You want everything to flow. You want your customers to feel like they are getting an experience. So when you do that, that needs to happen regardless of the high end or low end. I mean, I hate to say high end, whether it's the luxury or affordable. They need to feel like they're getting an experience regardless, because that's what's going to make them come back. So always think about that when branding as well. Alright, you guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I pray you got some good information out of it. I always feel like I'm all over the place when I'm talking to you guys, but hopefully you got, like I said, you got some good information and you were able to take away some things from this. To the girl who asked me to make this video, I hope you watched it. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for thinking of this because this was a great topic to touch on, and honestly something that I didn't even really think to make a video about. So I'm really happy that you did comment that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.